I'm on my way to the airport in Seattle, flying out to Houston tonight, taking a super late night flight. I think I have like a layover in Vegas where I'm staying with a friend, and then bright and early in the morning I'm catching a flight to Houston. My business partner Matt and I are going to property hunt in Houston.
Next stop, University of Washington.
Anyways, like I was saying, I am going to Houston, Texas. Technically, we're going to be going down to like Galveston area, South Houston, kind of on the water there to look at some possible investment properties. We are sort of teaming up for this next one, and so we have a kind of like a list of criteria for the kind of home we're looking for. And I don't know, if I have to move out there, I probably will, just for the purposes of like doing renovations, and because I'm not from that area, it's, you know, there's a lot of risk with owning property in an area you don't live, because I can't access it as easily. I almost never take the public transport options, especially in Seattle. I'm just not a big fan, but sometimes the price of getting a car all the way to the airport from where I am currently living is a little bit more than I probably should pay. If you're watching this video and you know anything about the Houston or Galveston area, or maybe you're a real estate investor trying to get into this space, or maybe you're already in it, then please definitely drop something in the comments, because I'd love to chat and pick your brain. I have TSA pre-check and clear, so it never takes me more than like, I don't know, I guess 5 minutes probably to go through any kind of security, which is nice in a pinch for sure. And the reason I stacked them like that is because in some cases, like, pre-check is something that a lot of people actually have, and like the pre-check line sometimes can actually be pretty long. But in most like major airports, there's like a stacked line where you can go if you have both pre-check and clear, and that line is almost never, never takes more than just like a minute or two to get through. So fun fact, this Polino place in the Seattle airport is definitely my favorite to go to for like personal pizzas. And it's also actually like one of the most affordable options here. Like a personal pizza that will fill you up starts at like $12, and for like the higher supreme version it's like 14, 15, and plus tax, whatever, $16. It's a pretty good deal. Oh, here comes the unboxing. Nice. Chef's kiss. This is going to be a very short and quick trip for me. I'm going to be coming back on Sunday night, so there's no need for me to have like any sort of carry-on bags. All I have is just my backpack with me. Yep. You know where we're at. So anyways, I have this layover here for like 5 hours. It's not very long, but I have a friend in Vegas, and she's here. She's picking me up. It's like 1:30 in the morning. I'm gonna go hang out with her for a little bit, get some food. I have to be back here at like, I think my boarding starts at 6. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Landed in Houston, slept the entire way here. It was about a three-hour flight from Las Vegas, which wasn't too bad considering I was so tired. The sleep pretty much made the flight go by in the blink of an eye. There was like nobody on my flight, so I had the entire row to myself, which is always a dream come true when traveling, especially long distances. Here we have the famed combo of Baskin Robbins and Dunkin' Donuts. I guess apparently Dunkin' is like the some people say to be the fuel of America, or at least Central and East Coast America, because we don't really have a whole lot of Dunkins over on the West Coast, like up in Seattle. At least I never go to them. I don't like eat that kind of stuff. But I feel like I just have rarely seen them out there. Okay, hey, messing around. So basically now I'm gonna go and pick up the rental vehicle for us for the weekend. My business partner doesn't get in until about 5 p.m. local time, so I've got a few hours to kill, which, you know me, I like to spend a lot of that downtime at like a coffee shop or something getting work done, because the other downside to traveling most of the morning is that I can't get through a lot of my like early morning tasks, so I have to find a way to fit them in during the day. All the car services out here have like their own buses I have to find, so I gotta take the Enterprise one. How's it going, Enterprise? Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Yep. All right, just got my rental car. Nice little Toyota Corolla, something nice and easy. Sometimes I try to get nicer vehicles, but I have a corporate account with Enterprise, and like the rates for just the standard cars are pretty unbeatable. Plus it comes with like all of the collision insurance and all that stuff in my rate. Again, because I've been using Enterprise for so long, I have a pretty good deal with them. So, oh my goodness, I am so tired. I think I might need to treat myself to an espresso. I used to be a big coffee drinker, and then I stopped for a while, like especially the lattes, anything to do with like milk in my coffee and sweeteners and all that stuff. But lately, and I think this might have been thanks to Jason, he drinks espressos a lot, and I started drinking them recently, and they're actually not too bad. Like, you know, they're definitely like, they feel like a very mature way to drink coffee, where like you don't have this obviously super sweet drink, you don't have a very big portion, like it's just 1 or 2 shots usually. Like I'll do a double shot espresso, and it's like bitter, you know, it's just like it's a very effective way to get like the benefits of the caffeine without the side effects of all the sugars and stuff. So although I'm still like a relatively new real estate investor, there are a few things I look for in an area when I'm scouting it out for potential like investment opportunities. One of them, specifically having to do with like transportation, is having sort of like a central highway that connects all parts of the town, the city, and all the little suburbs around it. So in my case here, I got into Houston, and I have to go north to the Houston International Airport to pick up my buddy, and Interstate 45, I can just hop straight on that off the airport, and it goes straight up right to the airport. As it turns out, 45 is also the interstate that goes all the way down to Galveston, which is where we're going to be going to view some properties this weekend. So I look for that sort of direct road for access to all parts of town and the suburbs around it, because that means it's easier for people to commute. And when people are looking to move to somewhere like Houston and they want to find a place to stay, if they have a clear road that can get them, you know, to their office or to their workspace downtown, like a straight shot road, then they can kind of afford, comfortability wise, to move outside of the city to somewhere like Galveston, which is a beach town, and then just commute on the interstate. And it just makes it easier for like getting around, you know, which is a good sign for me in terms of what I want to see in an investment property, because it means other people will find value in it. So there's a little bit of traffic on the roads, but there's Houston, downtown. Bada bing, bada boom. Sports Center. I was talking to the representative at Enterprise, and whenever I go to a new area, I like talking to the locals about like the lore of the city or whatever. And I learned some pretty cool stuff. He gave me a really great recommendation to like a southern seafood place called Black Pearl, which we're going to check out tonight, hopefully. And he also let me know that Galveston, which is like the island that we're going to be going to look at properties, is I think like majority owned by the guy that owns the Houston Rockets. So there's, just an interesting little tidbit of information. Once we get down there, I'm going to talk to the locals out there and see what they know as well. But I don't know. It's just kind of nice to like talk to locals. I feel like I'm doing all these like side quest missions where I have to like talk to this person, which leads me to talk to that person. I have to like gather all the intel before we decide to make a decision or not on whether to invest. So I went to a Starbucks just to get some work done. Very classic scenario for me. It's 2 p.m. here, which means it's 12 o'clock back home. So the fasting schedule is over for the day, which means I can eat. I've been hungry for a while. Double shot espresso on ice this time. So I've been working really hard on my diet recently, and it's tough when I travel, especially on tour, to like eat healthy. And since I'm in town in Houston for a few days, I figured I might as well actually go to a grocery store and just pick up some fruits. I'll probably get some more stuff later, but apple a day is one thing I've been doing, and then bananas for potassium, for energy, all that good stuff. I think maybe once Matt gets into town in the next hour or so, we might go through a grocery store and kind of load up for the weekend. Shouldn't be too crazy in terms of what we're gonna buy, but it's nice to have some healthy food options. I'm sure we're gonna eat out pretty much every single meal, but for when we don't, it's gonna be nice to have something to snack on. Picked up the boy. Right now we're driving down to Galveston / Mexico City, where Texas City. Mexico City. We don't want to go to Mexico City. It's not very safe there, I've heard. And we're gonna get some food tonight. Check out Galveston at night, see how the nightlife scene is. And then tomorrow, 9 a.m., we go out with our real estate agent. Here we are driving through downtown Texas City. Industry everywhere. Look, you even got like those towers that have flames roaring off of them, like the refineries. It's crazy how that smoke like stands out against the night sky. This reminds me a lot of San Antonio, like the old architecture. That looks kind of cool. What's that? Pending, some are sold. This is a Berkshire Hathaway Home Service Premier Property Company. I didn't even know Berkshire dove into it. Cheers. Now we're doing oyster shots. Oyster shots. Matt, you ready for an oyster shot? We got oyster, we got alligator, we got catfish. That's a great example. Texas knows what's good. We're in Texas City now. We're gonna go check out a local bar. This may be my last post. If it is, then just know that Matt convinced me to go here. Woo! Pallet Bar and Grill. This is Erica. Yes. Oh, Coco, no. You know what's funny is they actually. Yeah, play it on here. Or whatever you want to play. They played Coco No the whole time while we were there at that bar. That was actually really impressive. They played the whole song, Coco No, which is a great, beautiful song. We got Taco Bell and Jack in the Box, and
Matthew Beverly's logged in. Should I buy it on his account?
You should totally buy something on his account. I think he'd be okay with it.